Okay, so this is part 2 of my drive home. And look how pretty the leaves are now. I've just taken exit 111 off Interstate 40. That's a Boy Scout little cabin over there where they do Boy Scout meetings. And look at the trees, man, it's pretty. As I said in the previous video, the GoPro on top of my car is only getting maybe 85% of the color. It's a little washed out. It was even more intense than what you're seeing here on the screen, but boy, it's beautiful. So here we go across Interstate 40. We're going north now, and I'm going to drive straight into little old Valdez, and show you what Valdez looks like. It's a pretty town. Now the approach I'm taking here is going to be way different than what most people take. And the reason why is I thought I'd drive up on top of the hill where they have a really pretty cemetery. I've flown my drone up there one time just to get a really good view of downtown. We used some of my drone shots for establishing videos here at the hospital for the healthcare system. So the cemetery I'm going to go to, I cannot remember the name of it, but that's it, straight ahead, the green hill there that you're seeing. And as I start to turn in here, there's a police car hiding, lurking, I guess trying to get speeders. And there's a lot of lurking police in Valdez. There he is, look at him. And so I waved at him as we went by. Anyway, I'm sure he's wondering what in the devil's that guy doing with that camera on top of his car and getting ready to go up this hill. So I went up through here because it is just pretty. I mean, you'll get to see, when we get to the crest of the mountain, or crest of the hill, you'll be able to see the mountains back where I live and everything. Those are some of the mountains off in the distance there. Pretty sure that's High Peak off in the far right, just above the bushes and stuff there. You can see some comm towers on it through the trees. So that's more in Morganton, and my mountain is called Mineral Springs Mountain, and we'll see that just in a minute. I think it's a beautiful oak tree here. Look at that. Man alive, it's gorgeous, gorgeous color this year. Like I say, I'm tempted to edit the video and bump up the saturation to show you what it really looked like, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave the untouched GoPro Hero 10 video. It's a pretty little line of maples, I think. I think those are, no, it might not be maple. No, it's some sort of something else. And I come up here. Now the mountain I live on is to the right. I can't remember. I think I turn away from it. But I live on Mineral Springs Mountain, and I guess I don't give you a good view of it in this video. I actually went back down through a gate that I've never been down before from up here. So this is just a pretty little hillside cemetery in Valdez. I cannot remember again the name of the cemetery. Maybe I'll put it in the description of this video. So I'm doing this as a 3-part video. If you haven't watched part 1, it's just me leaving my office and then driving to Valdez and getting off of an exit. This gate is never open when I'm up there. So today I thought, well, I'll go down through here. Plus this gets me back into town quicker. And so I'm going sort of a back road into Valdez that not many people approach this way unless you just know the area. I'm trying to remember the name of the road, and perhaps I'll just look at my map. It's funny, I drive these roads all the time, but I can't remember the names of them. So we're coming in sort of a little residential area, and we're coming from a south to north approach into Valdez. So Valdez was settled by Waldensian people. If you want to look up this fascinating history of the Waldensians, they're people from the border of Italy and France up in the kind of high mountains, and they underwent a lot of religious persecution, and you can read about that. It's a sad tale, but of what they endured, but they are very resilient people. And so the whole Valdez community was built around Waldensian people, so it might be Valdez is what it might have been. I don't know. Look at that tree there to the left. Man, that's pretty. A lot of churches in town. You'll see we pass by a lot of different churches. And here again, this is sort of an industrial entrance, an industrial approach to the town, so you're going to see some of the old plants and mills and stuff, and there's some apartment buildings on the left. But then we'll turn into town and go right here just in a moment. There's a dude on his motorcycle, there's a scooter. So, there was a lot of furniture and textiles and stuff in the area, and they've been renovating some of these buildings, like the one there to the left. And the one to the right up there used to be the headquarters of the Waldensian Bakeries, which were the Sunbeam bread people. And it's all been bought out, I think, by another company called Bimbo Bakeries, maybe. So yeah, so this is sort of a back way in, past some of the old mills and things, but still it's pretty. Still, it's a neat place. I'll get up here to the. I wanted to really go left in a way because the old rock school's over to the left, and boy, the trees were pretty down there. You're not going to see that though. I wish I had a camera pointing left. You could see the old rock school. I was kind of in a hurry to get on home. This is Friday. I didn't want to neglect Nikki and the puppy. So I'm just sitting here at the light waiting for it to change. And here we go into Valdez. And so this is kind of what the town looks like in the autumn. We're going to pass by Myra's, the old rock, after the rock drugstore there. That's Myra's Diner. Ice cream and hot dogs, hamburgers, WSVM radio. We just passed that. We're going east again. There's the Old World Bakery, which is open. I'd said in the previous video that it closed, but it's not. This is just typical downtown Valdez. Folks walking around. I think it is cool we had the half moon there on Friday. It's almost full moon tonight, I think. Might be neat to do another drive. What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to end this video as I start to leave Valdez and go up Mineral Springs Mountain. Oh, I turned left here. That's the old Presbyterian Church. This is kind of neat. So I bypassed some of town just to show you some of the back streets. I wanted you to see what it looks like where people actually live in Valdez. That's the post office to the right there. That's the little Valdez post office. I turned left here. Just thought you might find it interesting to see kind of what the neighborhoods look like. So, a lot of Valdez is slightly older homes, but they're all really pretty and neat. It's a very clean little town for the most part. Very enjoyable place to live. And so the public library is there to the right. It says Burke County Public Library. There's actually a couple Burke County Public Libraries, though. There's one in Morganton as well. That's First United Methodist Church. They own a place called Methodist Park on top of the mountain where I live. And I'll show you that in part 3 of this. Are those trees there not gorgeous? So I turned right here, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to turn in front of the community center. This is our a rec center. You see the tennis courts there on the left. And so I used to be a member there. I used to swim a lot and just haven't found the time to do it. I need to rejoin. This big tent thing to the left there, they put that up over the swimming pool every year, so it's a big pool in there, and they keep it warm, nice and cozy in there, so you can go in and swim and all winter long. Have a bowling alley in the bottom and there underneath the gym. That's kind of, so you got a bowling alley, a gym, gymnasium, workout areas, swimming pool, tennis courts. Really nice community center. Back to the right, we just missed it a little bit. They've put some new water playgrounds up for the kids in the area. So I'm headed back out to Main Street. Valdez not down there yet. Some folks out walking, it looks like, with their dog. I'm hoping if you want to pause any of this and look at it, that it looks nice. That's why I am putting it out in 5K. Full resolution. For those of you who have a large iMac with a 5K display, you'll enjoy watching this. So here we are back on Main Street, waiting to turn right. That is part of Bimbo Bakeries. To the left, you see a Food Line truck there where they're getting ready to ship out bread. Valdez is one of the best smelling towns ever, my friends. In the mornings, when you drive through the town in the mornings, it smells like bread. The whole town does. It's some towns don't smell so great, but Valdez does. Nice Mexican restaurant there on the left. That's where I buy my gas there at the Marathon, typically. Twin Brothers Pizza is in the brick building there, and the Masonic Lodge is there. You'll see the Masonic thing symbol. It's up on the top. Here's East Valdese Baptist Church that we're getting ready to turn right here. And so probably I'm going to, maybe as soon as I've gotten to the bottom of this hill, I'm going to break and we're going to go to part 3 of this video series. And so part 3 of the series is going to be me going up Mineral Springs Mountain, the approach up toward the area where I live. So this is just going down, what is this road called? This is Mineral Springs Mountain Road, but I don't know if it's called that. until you get down to the bottom. I'm not sure if they call it. See, is this Mineral Springs Mountain Road? This is the road. So it goes under, I think maybe once you cross at I-40, once you cross under I-40, then it becomes Mineral Springs Mountain Road. I'm not sure what they call the road at this point. Again, lots of pretty color. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably break this video when I go under the bridge. So if you've not watched part 1 and you want to see that, and hear the commentary of me leaving work, getting out on Interstate 40, seeing some pretty foliage, then yeah, you might want to go back and watch that video. And if you want to, you can certainly go watch part 3 of this video. It's getting ready to start just in about 30 seconds here. So that place to the left is a neat piece of property. It's running down and falling apart, and I wish I could buy it. I'd love to put a studio there. What a neat place, actually. It's a shame. I'm not sure who takes care of it. The fellow lives on my mountain owns that place to the left. That's a antiques store, actually. And here's Interstate 40 going across Mineral Springs Mountain Road, and we will stop the video right here and we'll start part 3.